around me, Avery Johnson. He does not have those veterans on his team.
That would seemingly make difference, and it goes outside, and there's the aforementioned DeMarcus Cousins.
About being more patient, and Cousins has to be more patient. And one of the things, Reggie, when I first came into the league, being here, I thought you had to rush. I thought you had to hurry up, and it's exact opposite in the NBA.
Well, when you're talking about the Kings, your two best players have to be your go-to players, your emotional voice in the locker room, and make your plays at the end of games. And sometimes that can be different.
Man, you see how strong and quick he is. You see Harrington miss that attempt right there. But then he said this year, just sometimes he just doesn't have that explosiveness. And like you mentioned, Reggie, is it a sophomore slump or is it the fact that he's
Well, I'll tell you what happened to Tyreke Evans was he twisted his ankles when he was trying out for the World Championship.
This Melo for three. Anthony's got 8. Here comes the break. 4-on-2. Garcia. Evans to the right.
The youth of this team, you've got to be able to do the little things. Block shots, and when you have young legs, get out on the lanes and run.
have a season as he did, being one of only 5 rookies, averaging 25 and 5. When he commands respect and he works hard.
We'll see a little bit shy that time, picked up by Evans and against Harrington. Yeah, it's kind of like what Kevin Garnett did, Chris, when he went to Boston, gave him a defensive philosophy.
Yes. Coming to Denver, a quarterback who can able, a veteran guy, understanding, who's hot, who's not, what plays to run. You don't always have to look over. A basket interference there by Carl Landry. Picked up his 3rd foul, but he does a good job of moving his feet and taking the charge.
Oh, Cousins!
Then he shows that athletic ability. I guess he says if I lose 50.
Better done for his team. Push the basketball.
It's in a different gear, doesn't it?
That's right.
Man. It's Tyreke Evans, who played at Memphis. And they'll take it inside, working on Harrington with the Birdman right there.
That's what you talk about, that bully ball. Yeah. Right there, Tyreke Evans just going into the chest of J.R. Smith.
.9:42 to play. Tyreke Evans was finding the big man coming off the baseline.
Exactly. You see this big, strong guy drive. What do? Get in trouble and get it to your big man. One more time. Look at this. Goes up, draws 3, and hit him in the head.
Across the lane. Cousins grabbing the loose ball. That's his 2nd rebound tonight. I remember David Stern when he was talking about what he envisioned the league to be like. And here's Evans outside. Smith is defending. Boy, Tyreke Evans has got now in 14 minutes 8 points. But David Stern said,
has been pulling his hair about is that this young guy wants to try to rip guys in the backcourt, try to steal the ball from guys in the backcourt. He said, look, you're 7 feet tall. Get in the paint.
Oh, Tyreke Evans soaring for 2 as the Kings have hit 7 consecutive shots.
And those were the kind of plays from Tyreke Evans that we were used to seeing on a usual basis last year for the Rookie of the Year. In the open court, making things happen, weaving and dodging through the defense. Just a nice little hesitation move, up and under, using the glass. Nice body control for Tyreke Evans.
He's got 10, 6, and a look at the turnovers right there. Evans, Caspi, Gallenberg shoot right now. Landry.
Those are the ones that taught him how to practice and to work.
Gary Forbes has now come in for the first time for the Denver Nuggets. He is a rookie out of UMass who's played overseas. And Caspi for 3. He's come off the bench. An answer for this Nugget team.
That was the one thing when he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons, was going to be the backup to Rip Hamilton. Tyreke Evans is really getting that outside shot going. When he was with the Pistons.
His agent come to town the other day saying, why isn't my guy playing more?
It's always interesting when agents come to town. like they're going to make a difference.
Right.
Play my guy.
Right. The agents sometimes need to be.
These Kings have played all season at both ends of the floor. They really are engaged at both ends, especially defensively.
Harrington, Riverdrick defending, and they got a 4-on-1. Evans, Thompson.
The ball. It was seen that with everything that's going on, that maybe guys would go selfish or be selfish as a turnover from Chauncey proves me wrong. But I just love how these guys were playing for the last couple fast breaks by the team.
How many breaks have we seen by Sacramento? 3-on-1, 4-on-1, 4-on-2.
Well, finally, Paul Westfall's young thoroughbreds are starting to create offense with their defense. You get the steals, you get out, and you let young legs do the rest. 8 turnovers by the Nuggets in this second period. Thoroughbreds, as I said, Evans and Dano, and these guys get out in the wings so they can
Exactly, stay
Sacramento
here.
and just
Love
stay
that.
here. If he's going to play like that and be this engaged, I'd have my agent here all the time.
Exactly.
Here's Tyreke Evans. He's got 14. Across the lane and fouled inside. I think a Flalo may have been reaching in, and you got it, man. Thank you very much. Evans has taken a wonderful role for this team in this first half. 12 points in the quarter, 16 for the game, and playing like the rookie of the year, which he was a season ago.
20 and 14. Now you lose last night to a LA Clipper team where Jordan had 20 rebounds.
Holding a cigarette because you're done right there.
Okay.
Thompson with the screen. Tyreke finding Thompson, and again taking it right.
The same energy that they had in the first half. You have a very young team. You can kind of get complacent a little bit. They'll go a little soft as Tyreke Evans continues to get into the paint, and you.
Nice rejection inside by the two-time National Defensive Player of the Year in college basketball at Duke, Sheldon Williams. Here comes Garcia. He's had a very good first half. Udrih working around his screen. Thompson
Makes it that much more easier for the coach to have reinforcements. So now he has guys that are helping him spread his message.
Flalo picked up his third. He is in. A missed 3 by Billups. Now they need Evans, who's only got 2 third-quarter points, and Nene hustling down and
Back on defense.
Well, it's called multiple efforts. You know, a couple block shots at one end. You don't get the ball at the offensive end. You run back and help your team out at the defensive end.
Allen Bear couldn't get it. That is basket interference inside. By the way, 4, and Denver has come back to tie. Kings led by 16 earlier. First tie since we were tied at 29.
Udrih.
So I think he knows that he has an advantage in that mid-post right now.
Evans the other way. Anderson, by the way, has come in for Nene. Under 3 to play here in the third. Tyreke Evans, quiet in this. The ball with the tip, reels it in. Tyreke Evans, a quiet second quarter. Here's a long 2. And he's got 20.
Collins always say, finishing quarter strong.
Yep.
This is something that the Kings, as a young team, something that's always hard to do.
How about Cousins? What about Udrih? That was the hockey assist, as Evans got it inside. Seconds. Game clock and shot clock winding down the third quarter, which has ended well. Evans, who had at the end of the first half 16, has 4 after a 14-point second quarter. Takes it inside. Oh! Tyreke Evans right to the rack.
That's that awesome stuff that Coach Westphal was talking about.
Here comes in the first 3 minutes plus of this fourth quarter. Oh! What a pass and what a finish! Tyreke Evans with a
Tyreke gets the basketball. He sees Caspi running that right lane. This one simple bounce pass and the finish by Caspi happens when you run the some calls to Jeff Petrie about Landry, about Caspi, about Samuel Dallenberg. You don't think Otis Smith is thinking, oh, he'd be a wonderful compliment.
That is a sweet dude. Landry. And off his knee. And right now they're almost toe-to-toe with the bench of Sacramento.
Al Harrington did his part with 15 points, but I think they were expecting a little bit more from J.R. Smith. Only 2 points tonight.
Close in, Landry hits. Another 2 off the bench.
Well, that's when everybody needs to communicate. Maybe a guy needs to come across the lane early to put an ISO D in there, ISO blue, because this guy is really hard to check one-on-one.
Udrih for 3. By 1. Carmelo stands there, 9 of 16. Look at the speed of Evans. Right to the hole. Tyreke Evans. He has had a masterful game with 24 points and 11 assists.
And it's been his ability in the open court. Long rebound right here. Evans coast to coast. Gets the foul and one. Using that 6'5" frame. Nice body control. Just raising up, taking a shot with two defenders. You look at the effort from Nene. Okay, you're not going to post me up. I'm having a career year too. The and one by Tyreke Evans. You can kind of see when your best player is not on the same page with the rest of the team, you can kind of see the trickle-down effect it does for the rest of the players.
That's probably why Coach Carl's comments about this being the best team he's ever can't have.
The problem with us on the road is we're so focused on offense, we don't think about defense. And what the Kings tonight shoot 56% from the floor and across the lane, untouched Tyreke Evans.
Well, they're not tonight, and that puts you in a chance to win.
Look, a few years ago, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, their first, they were 3 and 29. And now we're talking about
not to be the guy that wants to be seen. He loves being under the radar. You look at Westbrook, loves working hard. As you see Garcia right here with a nice left hand. No,
Look like it tonight.
We just want to go out there and play aggressive. They came in Denver and they put a whooping on us. Just want to come out there and be aggressive tonight.
You got a lot of turnovers, a lot of hands on balls, deflections. Do you have to play that way in order to score enough points to win games?
Definitely. They look at me as a leader in this team, so I got to be more aggressive and take over games and try to help us win more games. And start by doing that. Playing defense, taking over, and trying to get more wins.
There's a lot on you and DeMarcus Cousins. Obviously, two young guys. You're trying to build something here. What do you tell your fellow young guy about playing with emotion, but not too much emotion?
I just try to tell him to keep his head. He want every foul to be his. He just got to keep playing hard. He'll get those calls. When he take his time and be aggressive, he make good plays. So just try to tell him to keep his head.
Tyreke, thanks very much. Congratulations.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, back to you, Kevin.
Reigning Rookie of the Year with 27 points and 12 assists.